going? Am I going? I think I'm good. Am I good? Am I live? What's going on? Okay, hang on. Hang on, everyone. Let's see. Did I get a notification I'm live? Let's see. Am I live? Oh, I'm live. Yacht. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good morning. How do I sound? Audio check, everybody. Do I sound good? Do I need to turn it up? Do I need to turn it down? Let me see. I hear myself on my phone. Hang on. Alrighty. How's everyone doing tonight? Or this morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Go ahead and comment where you're watching from. Let the spirits know who's participating in that way. Oh, yup. Hey. Yeah. Hang on. I'll open my window, everybody. Hang on. Hang on, everybody. So yeah, I forgot to get everything ready. I just left the gym, came back, showered. So like, I finished work and I was like, okay, I need to at least get like a pump in or something, get something going for me, in that way. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Oh, dang, got people from everywhere. Let's see. Why did this move? Okay, let me see. Hang on, everyone. Let's get this live stream going. It's gonna wait for everyone to come trickle in, yeah. Gather all the warriors, all the supporters, everybody come in like that. Got a lot of announcements, got a lot of things, cool things to share with y'all. So I'm excited for that, yeah. Did you guys check out my episode I released? Better have. It was cool. Worked hard on it. Prayed about it. Almost hit like 10 deer on that trip, so I had to make a video about it. Make it worth it. Oh. Okay. So now we have a bunch of people here. Flood me with questions. Just let the floodgates go. Just let it go. Everything. I'll answer questions first. We'll maybe go about 2 hours before I get hungry. I drank my protein from my workout, so it gives me some time before I get hungry again. So everybody, ask the questions. We're here to have a good time. We're here to learn as much as we can. And then later I'm gonna do a poll for the next video, the next paranormal video, what it'll be about. I still don't have much structure to this as far as for how I do live streams. So I'm just freaking winging it. What's up, everyone? What up? I'm doing good. Just got done with a workout. And yeah, there's only 15 minutes, but it's something. Got a quick pump in. Ahoo. Yeah, I just finished up work not too long ago, too. Finished up work, got a workout in, came back, showered, now I'm here. I am smoking Black and Mild. Black and Mild sweets with a wood tip. Yeah. Does Hero have any social media? I don't know. I don't speak with Hero no more. Him and I went separate ways, so he's doing his own thing. Do I sell any salts or sage? Nah. I mean, I could, but I don't have the time, honestly, like to go get it and harvest it and do all that stuff. I have a normal day job too, so I do that, and then like I do YouTube on the side too. Like I said, just got off work, so now I'm here hanging out with y'all, all you awesome people across the world. Yeah, in that way. What is my method for connecting to ancestors or spirits? Is there a specific meditation or prayer? This right here, tobacco. Tobacco is what I use to connect with the spirits and the holy beings in that way. Yeah. Uh, Let me see. There's a lot of questions coming in now. Can you explain about my belief? Okay. My belief is spiritual slash traditional Dene traditions. Yeah. Kind of a little bit of blend of everything, really. What age did I begin my spiritual studies? 10? I mean, like, well, no, since birth. I've been going to ceremonies ever since I was a baby. So I guess learning to be one with the world was at a very young age. So yeah, since birth. Oh yeah, tobacco in that way. Is there Navajo astrology? Yes, there is. Um, I can give a quick story about that if you guys want to hear about it. It was from a children's book that I read this, and also my grandpa used to tell me the story of how some sacred deities a long time ago they had all the stars in the galaxy on a blanket, and they were meticulously putting it inside of the galaxy and the stars and everything. So when they were putting it up there, they were singing songs and they were trying to make beautiful art up there. And then along came Coyote. Coyote came up. He was just like, "Hey, can I go ahead and help you out and everything? And can I help you put up the stars?" They're like, "Yeah, yeah, sure. Come on over." So they welcomed Coyote. Coyote came, and then he was putting up the stars, and he was just like, "Ah, this is taking too long." So then he grabbed a blanket and just threw all the stars into the galaxy too that were left. So that's where you see like, you'll see some constellations and everything, and then you'll see like a bunch of mixture of everything else. So that's how the stories go. With Coyote kind of a little bit too impatient with setting the stars in the sky, so he went up and just threw them all in the sky like that. Yeah. But yeah, we do believe in astrology, weather patterns and everything. Look at the clouds, look at the moon. Can look at the moon and see what kind of, if it's going to be cold or hot that month, or all these other different things too. Look at the sun, eclipses, and all these other different things too. Use the stars and everything like that to navigate and everything. Can you study the spiritual world while being Christian? It's up to you. I'm not too sure about like, because I'll tell you, I get a lot of comments from people, of that faith that kind of just, they demonize everything I say. So, I used to go to church when I was very, very young, but then we stopped going. We went with my father and everything. And then, for those of you who don't know, I'm mixed out there. So I used to go with my father. My family and siblings used to go to church, and then we kind of stopped going, and then we went more towards strictly just the traditional route and everything. We did a little bit of both growing up, but then like we just kind of completely cut off the church side of things because it just didn't mend well with us really. But it's really up to you guys. You know how it goes and everything. It's up to you and whatever you believe you can do. Um. Have you ever thought about creating a video on how to deal with evil beings like skinwalkers, for example? Yes, I already made one. How to defend yourself video. So go check it out. That's a really good one. Um, do you believe in the existence of God from a Christian point of view, since spirits and demons exist? Yeah. Yeah, for us, we call him the creator because he's There's for us, there's like different levels to it. There's gods, and that's why we don't say God because there's like a bunch of gods out there. And then they're the one that made everything was the creator, so he's the one that's above everything. So yeah, it's just different names, but yeah, so it's just how it goes. Okay. Yes, Coyote the Trickster. What's my intake on the planetary lineup this coming weekend? No. I just got this keyboard and some of my ash went in it. Planetary cosmic alignments and everything that happen, holy times. So whenever something like that naturally kind of happens, just offer prayer, just have a good time and just be reverent and just know that something higher power than you is actually happening. So, yeah. Oh, thank you for the donation. Hi, Shanclen. What brand of tobacco do you prefer? Casually smoking, I smoke Black and Mounts, but traditionally I get this loose tobacco. It's over there. I don't think I'll probably get it later, maybe. But loose tobacco I get it has like a bunch of different things. I guess you could say different brands, but I think they grow it themselves. I don't know really where they get it, but they mix it over at the shop. It's called whatchamacallit. Some of them is called like Chinley Cherry and all these other different names, but Chinley Cherry is the one I really love over at that store. So for ceremonial purposes, you can smoke this too, but like if you're in ceremony, having loose tobacco like that's really good. So yeah. Oh, yate. Australia, what's up? Do I believe natives, pagans, Vikings beliefs are very close? Similar, but as far as for believing in their own things, yeah. In that aspect, yes. I actually have a theory I've been kind of talking about that I've been thinking about religions that in a minute, once this tobacco really hits, then I'll go into that conversation. But that's going to be so cool. It's kind of some theory I've been really, really thinking about. So, see, you like turquoise. Why is that? It's one of our sacred stones that we have. So, turquoise right here. I'm not going to flip you guys off, but yeah, I got this ring. Got this necklace right here that's made by Kevin Billa, my uncle-in-law. So, yeah. So, it's one of our holy stones, sacred stones that we have, and there was a lot of it around here. So, yeah, one of the sacred stones that we use. Can we befriend ghosts and spirits? Yeah. They're really funny. Some of them are serious, some of them are really cool, but yeah, like a lot of my greatest friends are spirits, and some of them even my physical friends have become spirits themselves. So, yeah, you can still be friends with them. Okay, is there a valid description of the creator? Yes. I'll get to that in a minute. Wait for this to hit. Tribes from Africa, Mexico, even Aboriginals have a belief of a reptilian humanoids. Talk of them is surfacing more and more. Does your tribe have stories like this? Maybe. That's one thing like I haven't really looked into or asked my grandpa. My grandpa is pretty much the one that has a lot of the stories and everything too. So, reptilians, possibly. Okay. So, do you use the same loose tobacco to smoke in ceremony and make offering with? So, in a pinch, if you need to, you can use this tobacco, store-bought tobacco. Just like cut this part off, get the tobacco, and then use it as offering. I've had to do that a couple times to where like I ran out of loose tobacco and all I had was like store-bought tobacco. So that works too. Do I believe in Hindu gods? Yeah, sure. I never met them, but I'm pretty sure they exist. What is the real purpose for bitter medicine? So bitter medicine is bitter herb. Um, That right there is used for healing and protection and cleansing you out and everything. So that's one of the herbs that we use in our tribe. Specifically, like if it really is a medicine to kind of chase out things inside of you, sicknesses, poisons, or really anything like that. So bitter herb is really, really good for that. It's bitter. The I always make a face whenever I eat it. I'm like, oh, oh, and everything, but it's bitter. But yeah, it's really good medicine though. Okay. Got a request to boost my audio. Okay, so let me know if that's better. Okay, if someone takes their life in their home, how to know if they crossed over or stuck, please? Um, that's one of those things that's kind of hard to kind of speak about because, like, some of them, it depends because, like, some people will have family spirits inside of the home and everything. So normally, like, if somebody takes their own life like that, they'll be the ones that take them on their journey and everything. So it's kind of a give or take. But if you start seeing like some paranormal stuff happen in your house and everything, or you feel the feelings of that person, that energy of them being around and all that, that's kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, maybe someone's still hanging around if they did pass away or anything like that. So I'm sorry if anyone has passed away and you're trying to figure that out. So I hope and pray something like that. Good things come your way in that way. Yeah. My husband actually bought me an authentic Kachina doll up in Palaka a couple weeks ago. Hey, hell yeah. Yeah, so one of my best friends growing up was Hopi, so he and his father used to make Kachina dolls and everything too. So they were really, really good at it. So take care of it. It'll look after you and protect you in that way. Yeah. Okay. Rest in peace, Paya. Yes, brother. He's always looking out for us. Will you hunt down more skinwalkers in the future? Be careful of too much tobacco. You don't. Yeah, but our people have tobacco, so I don't smoke too much, but only when I pray. Yeah, this is one of those times when I pray. Will I go get some skinwalkers in the future? I won't look for them. If they run into me, yeah. But if they wanna duke it out, hell yeah, we'll throw hands. But I'm not gonna go out like how we used to. I'm too old for that. My knees are too bad. I'm still trying to get back in shape. Oh, thank you for the donation. Hey, bro, just wanted to say thank you for your perspective and wealth of knowledge since discovering your channel. Oh, can I like it? Yeah, I liked it. Cool. Yeah, no problem. Like that's like the whole thing why I wanted to start my own channel is because like I have a lot in my head, a lot of teachings that I have. And so, for all the people out there who are willing to listen and actually want to learn about my teachings and everything that I have, I'm willing to share as much as I can. I can't share everything. Do I believe in centaurs? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do I believe in Jesus Christ? He's cool. Yeah, I do. He's a homie. Okay. Oh, geez, sorry. A lot of questions are coming in. Why do spirits like tobacco so much? Spirits like tobacco because in our teachings that tobacco, when you pray and everything, opens up a line of communication with the spirit world. So whoever you're trying to talk to or speak to in that way, you can open up a line of communication. Say if you're stuck on here, you want to talk to people who are in the next world or other worlds, have tobacco. Okay, a lot of questions are coming in right now. In the future, would you consider doing interviews with other tribe members or individuals from other reservations? Yes, I actually have that planned up. I just got a network. So now that my tribe, well, you guys are pretty much my tribe, yeah. But now that my channel is actually kind of growing and some funding is actually coming in, I can actually use that funding to travel to other reservations. So that's one thing. I want to start out here in Phoenix, maybe go to the Salt River Pima tribe here, and then go all over Arizona, pretty much start there. and then start making those videos and everything and just ask questions. Because I know down here they have the Goat Man. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but that's one of the spiritual deities that are over here. Oh. And I apologize if I missed your comments, because YouTube, whenever it like there's a lot of comments or anything, it like auto refreshes, so like it gets rid of comments and everything. So am I gonna go back hunting with the other two guys? If you're referring to unearthing the supernatural, no, probably not. They're doing their own thing, and I left for my own reasons. And yeah, I can't really. It's a little bit personal, family reasons. I left and everything, but they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. But I'll probably do investigations on my own in the future. Yes. Who has the best Navajo tacos in Holbrook/Winslow? My grandma. Just kidding. I don't know. There's not really a place that sells. Sometimes like people will set up like a fry bread stand, Navajo taco stand every now and then, like on a corner in the city or in the town, just to kind of get some funds for their family or whatever. So it really depends. There's not really a store here in Phoenix. There's a place called Hope's Fry Bread that I recently tried. It's pretty good. If you guys haven't tried it, yeah, you guys are in Phoenix, you should try it out. This is a Black and Mild sweet wood tip, but close. I don't think I've ever tried the jazz, but wine's pretty good. Yatte, everybody. Do you have to use a special kind of tobacco for offerings? It could be any, honestly. I've never heard of a spirit that complained and like said this is cheap, but pretty sure it probably will happen. But I try to give the best tobacco I have. Can spirits over time become more evil? Yeah, they can. Just like humans, you know, like you could be a really great person, but you get beaten down so much and shitty things happen to you in life and you just become a bad person. So yeah, can happen. I enjoyed your video from Paranormal Files. I had fun meeting Colin and everything. It was cool. He hit me up and all that stuff, and he was like, "Hey, you want to do an interview?" I was like, "Sure, let's go." So went out over in the desert here in Phoenix and did an interview, and him and his family are really, really cool. So, you know, really, really nice and respectful. So I give him a shout out. You know, Colin, thank you so much for everything. You rock, bro. Let me see. When you offer tobacco, do you have to light it? I quit smoking, so I can't puff on it. No, you just give up. You just offer it. You just put it on the ground and everything. If you guys saw like the Ghost Adventures episode, we just put it on the ground and everything, and the spirits will be able to get it and all that stuff. So no, you don't have to light it. You don't have to smoke it. You only smoke it if you want to like talk with him or anything like that. Well, with me and my tribe and everything. Do something with a White Mountain Apache. Hell yeah. I'd love to. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. My thoughts on the Superstition Mountains. Yes. So Superstition Mountains is a very sacred area. Like literally not too far away from it. There's it's all Apache land right there. That's where you have Oak Flats and everything. So shout out to all the Apaches out there resisting the mines over there for tearing up their sacred lands and everything. But that's all sacred land up there for the Apaches up there. So a lot of stories, a lot of different things. Yoshi, drink your water. Drink your water. Get dinner started. I'm gonna be hungry here soon. Am I going to make more content with my bro? Nah. I used to. Would I do a Bigfoot hunt? I could do a Bigfoot offering, maybe, but I doubt he'll show up. What up, everybody? Woohoo! Thank you, Antonio, for the donation. What are my thoughts on Skinwalker Ranch? I'm really curious. Skinwalker Ranch. So Skinwalker, I get this question a lot and everything. So Skinwalker Ranch itself is a very, very sacred site and everything. It's one of those sacred areas to where it emits a lot of energy. So a lot of spiritual beings and deities like to go there to run their ceremonies or use the energies there for all these certain different reasons. Back in the day, yeah, maybe skinwalkers used to go travel up there and all that stuff, but not really anymore because of how much attention and like all this like cameras and security and stuff are up there. So they typically like to stay away. So the Skinwalker Ranch is more for like extraterrestrials and maybe local spirits in the area too. Excuse me. So not really so much skinwalkers and stuff anymore. Can't wait for the merch. I can't wait for the merch either. I'm excited too. I have some of it right here, but I'll be saving that toward the end of the stream to be able to show you guys some of that. If someone is only a quarter or less Native American, can you still contact those spirits, those ancestors? Yeah, you can contact spirits and ancestors and everything. It's from your bloodline, so try to connect with your bloodline and everything when it comes to that. Call upon your family, call upon those people, and yeah, you can be able to do that. Da, 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 da. Bom, 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 bom. Sorry, everybody. I read slow. I'm trying to read through all the comments. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Jacob, for the donation. You rock, man. Yoshi, my life is good. Life is good. I'm alive. I'm breathing. And I get to talk to some awesome people. Oh. Would I ever come to Canada? Hell yeah. I just need to get my passport first. It's very, very beautiful lands up there, so I want to see a moose. If I can ride a moose, my life will be complete. How do I feel about the Apache Death Caves? That was the first investigation I ever went on for unearthing the supernatural. So it was pretty tense being in there. So if you guys haven't checked that out, it's on their channel and everything. The very first episode, it was me and Bezpaw went in there by ourselves and everything. So yeah, that was a wild episode. Very, very creepy. First time. Can I give some advice on how to cleanse a house without kicking out the good spirits or stirring up? That is not good. So burning sweetgrass, cedar. Sweetgrass and cedar is one of those things that kind of cleanses out evil and everything. So because of that, you can use that and the good spirits will stay, evil ones will go, kind of thing. Will you make a video on you going to the ranch? Hell yeah, I'd be down to go to Skinwalker Ranch. Spirits will honestly accept most things in offerings. Yeah, they will. As long as it comes from the heart and everything. You can give them food, tobacco, and everything. So give them all those things and everything. Okay. Let me see. Oh, no. Do your elders talk about aliens? Yes, I actually made an alien video, so go check that out. I give some really cool stories on that as well. What's so sacred about tobacco in Navajo culture? So it's one of the sacred herbs and everything that we have that kind of grew up with us in our tribe and everything. So we use it for ceremony. We use it when we pray and all that stuff. So our people really, really, really like tobacco. It's an awesome necklace. Hell yeah. Shout out to Kevin Billa for making this for me too. Can I offer cigars as an offering in tobacco? Yeah, you can. That'll work too. Have you considered traveling to other countries to explore one day? Yes. If there's a plane that has enough legroom, I'll go anywhere. That's definitely one of my things is like I want to go to like different countries, different races, different cultures, and just interview and talk with them, talk about their religions and faiths and all that stuff. Just get their perspectives on it. Like I've met people from other countries like here, but like I would love to go to other countries and everything to be able to experience and feel the land and everything. So that's something I really look forward to doing hopefully soon. Okay, let me see. Two Guns, Arizona. Yeah, that's where the Apache Death Cave is. Right off the highway, too. So just be careful because I think it's private property. So, but a lot of people do go in there and everything. So it's kind of a small cave. But yeah. How do you take care of a Kachina doll? Just dust it off. Have it someplace. Don't drop it. Don't break it or, just like any other object. Just make sure it's safe and, have a good time with it. If you were to go to the ranch, who would you go with? Myself. Don't really have anybody that I would go with. Hopefully, I'll make some friends on here. We can all go to Skinwalker Ranch and just hang out over there. What's the best way to cook a chi? You cook a chi over a fire. It's the best way to cook it. Yeah. Do I think Paya left because of bad spirits? Nah. He had type 1 diabetes, so he was struggling with that with his whole life, and medical stuff, how it was too expensive for insulin and everything. So I blame that and everything, and he ended up passing away from that. So I miss him dearly. He was one of our really greatest friends and everything. Grew up with him. Yeah, but I don't think bad spirits got to him. Nah, he's too strong for that. How can I get skinwalkers in shape to shift their spirits away? How to defend yourself video. Go check that out. That'll tell you about all that. Palo Santo. Yeah, Palo Santo works good too. I have a stick somewhere. I think it's in my dish box. Yes, I do live streams here and there. I try to. I'm trying to get better at it, to do it more often and ask people questions and just hang out with everybody. Can you buy sweetgrass? Yeah, you can buy sweetgrass as long as it's like from people who, because I went to Gathering of Nations and there was people that were from Canada, North Dakota, Montana area, somewhere northern United States and Canada area. But they were selling it over there, and yeah, you can buy and sell it. But just like how I said with the whole sage video, just be careful where you buy it because some people just do it like in not the right way. If you buy it from some natives, they probably did it in a good way and everything. Yes, Monster. Drink the devil's juice. Just kidding. Okay. Kind of cigarettes do I smoke? Black and Milds. Black and Milds are the ones I really smoke. I like those ones because they kind of last a little bit longer. I try not to smoke cigarettes and everything because the filter and everything is really not really good to smoke with. So yeah, or loose tobacco in my pipe. Hell yeah, camping trip, Skinwalker Ranch. Let's go. Should travel to Asia and the Middle East. Some of their tribes' beliefs are very, very similar to that of North American tribes. Yeah, some of the people I've met that were from, I met this guy his name was Bilal, and he was born in Jerusalem. And so him and I used to work with him. So him and I used to talk about stuff like this all the time. It's pretty cool. Yeah, meeting people from like overseas and like our beliefs and everything are very, very similar. So yeah. Updated again. Sorry, everybody. Will the doll communicate? I don't think so. Maybe. I never really tried. I've never had Kachina dolls before, but said that when you create them, the artist that makes it puts a little spirit inside of there for protection of the owner. Yes. Woohoo! Yes, monster logo 666. It's funny. I saw this one video of this lady. She was like breaking down this whole thing about like how this is like the devil's drink and everything, and I was just like, cool. Keeps me awake. Ba, 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 ba. Were Anasazi humans? Yeah, they were. Anasazi were humans a long time ago. Some of the good ones that. So there's one thing that I figured out was, or what I found out or learned from, excuse me, from my elders later on, was that some of the Anasazi were good. They, some of the ones that did survive went on to go make some of the tribes that are around in the area. So yeah, they were humans. Ba, 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 ba. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah. Okay, so what do I think about those hiker channels that go to old Native American ruins with rock walls and some insane, crazy ledges that one slip and off the spirit world you go? Yeah, we have some cliff dwellings over in the Navajo Nation too. It's one of those things where like you typically don't go inside of there. It's just like it's someone else's old home, so you just kind of respect it and leave it. But would I go? There was one over in Walnut Canyon. I think I went to that one. And so whenever you go to those places, just be sure to give offering because there's probably still some spirits that live there and everything. Ba, 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 ba. Do you get a sense that the spirit world has been much more active in the last few years? It's pretty active all the time. Probably maybe around you or wherever you live, it's kind of gotten a little bit more active. But yeah, it's always pretty active. Was there ever a time that almost made you quit the paranormal stuff? Yeah. There was this one investigation we went to. It was at the YMCA in Globe. And in there were some like gnarly phantom spirits inside of there. And phantom spirits are some of the most gnarly spirits to be able to encounter. They're like the masters of fear. So like I got affected pretty badly in there. So we ended up leaving the investigation, taking a break outside. My brother had to run a little ceremony on me to kind of cleanse me out. And I remember I was sitting in the truck and then I look, it was probably like around midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. And I look at the building, it's all dark. And I was just like, you think we got enough footage? You think we can just leave now? And everything. It was like, no, you got to go back in there and face it. I was like, God, this is like, I don't know what it was, but like, it was just this crazy, crazy fear that with those spirits and everything, they, no matter how tough you are, you know, they can go inside of you and just take all your fear and just put it in front of your face and everything. So yeah, pretty gnarly, pretty gnarly. How is cannabis used in native cultures? Recreationally? Not really used. Well, at least for my tribe, I know weed isn't really used for really any ceremonies or anything like that. I used to partake a long time ago, but not really anymore. I come to find out that it really blocks like your senses and everything when it comes to spiritually, at least for me. So yeah, I kind of stopped using it. Do you find that there are more darker spirits in the past few years due to events going on in the world? I mean, they've always been here. It's just their plans are working. So they're just getting a little bit more powerful. Okay. Okay, so you said before that the pottery here in Arizona likely entrapped evil spirits. There are caches everywhere on my property. Should I just leave them where they are? Yes. Not in a sense that they entrap evil spirits, but they were used for evil things, so that evil energy is like caked on there. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Best just leave it be. Do Do natives have a history of conjuration in regards to helpful or good spirits? Yeah. In our ceremonies and everything, you call upon good spirits to come heal and doctor people. So, yeah, I guess it's a form of conjuring. Ah. Oh, lots of questions. A lot of people joining. Yeah. Okay. Do I make my own jewelry or do I buy it? I buy it. So, but it's handmade from family, friends, and relatives. So yeah, you can buy jewelry and everything too. There's a lot of natives that silversmiths and jewelry makers on the res that sell it too. You can do that too. But I like to typically like to go with people that I know, so I know like their thoughts and their mindsets, and when they make it, it's good. So yeah. Du-du-du-du. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do you happen to have a how to use sage for cleansing? You burn it and you pray. You say, "Can any evil spirits," or you kind of demand, you're like, "Evil spirits in this area, please leave." But not really used for like chasing out spirits. It's mainly like evil energies and everything. So you use sage. You can boil it, you can drink it, or you can eat it too. There's some sages that you can eat too, medicine like that. So use that just like that. And it's a medicine to kind of heal and cleanse out energies and everything. Not cleanse, but chill energies. Do I have a Discord? Nah. I have a lot of social medias as is, so trying to balance everything together. Thought about it, but maybe in the future. God, keeps refreshing on me. Okay. Can I recommend a jewelry seller? Yes, Kevin Villa. He's the one that made this ring right here for me. I made a video on it on my channel too. So he made this necklace for me too right here. So yeah, really good silversmith. Can spirits make you see stuff that isn't real? Yes. Mind manipulator spirits can. What's my thoughts on Dreamcatchers? Dreamcatchers, they're used for you put above your bed. And yeah, if you have bad dreams or really anything like that, they help protect you while you sleep. So never really understood why people put it on their cars, but it's mainly for just when you sleep and everything like that. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, people from Phoenix. People from Phoenix, y'all understand how it's hot, how hot it is right now. It's like 101 degrees. It says on my computer right now. So just in the desert. When I went to Kentucky, it was pretty funny. I went to Kentucky to go do an investigation over there. It's so humid. Like when I was over there, I didn't need to put lotion on. It was crazy. Like my skin and everything was just like enjoying and loving the moisture. So come back over here. You guys seen that movie Rango with Johnny Depp? He's just like he gets out of the side of his little enclosure, goes on the street, and he's just like and starts peeling and everything. Yeah. That's how I feel, especially when summertime rolls around. What is a phantom spirit? I can make a video about that for sure if you guys are down. Okay, so you guys want to make a poll about what the next paranormal video will be? Let's do it. Let's see. Next paranormal video topic. Okay. So we can do phantoms. Is there anything else that you guys would like to know about or see? So phantoms. I'll let you guys discuss it in the comments. Just throw some topics out at my way, what you guys would like to see. Kentucky, yeah. It's crazy because, like, You go to Kentucky and everything, and like it was crazy because when I went over there, there was like buildings from like the Civil War or even before that. So yeah, the history runs deep in that area. Ooh, Thunderbird's pretty good too. I can do uh well, I can do the Monster series, start that up, but I know most of the stories, but I think I need to talk with my uncle, see if I could try to get all the pieces of the story and everything. Uh Let me see. I did a Bigfoot one already. Mm, Let me see. Trying to think. I actually have a list over here. Give me 1 second, everybody. Fade away. Okay, I'm back. So, phantoms or spiritual monsters? Spiritual beasts. Because we got some crazy stories of some beasts out there. I hope I spelt that right. Okay, the poll is up. Phantoms, monsters, or spiritual beasts? We have big lizard stories. We have the mini horn monster. We have the Thunderbird. We got giants. We got there's a couple more out there, but I have to talk with my uncle to get a little bit more stories about that. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see. Do I still have ceremonies in a hot tent? Are you speaking about Sweat Lodge? If so, yeah, go to Sweat all the time. Well, not all the time, but go to Sweat. Very hot. My record's 75 rocks. Sweat Lodge, yeah. Go sweat up there in Lakota country. Sundance up there. Reason why I ask if I spell that correctly, because one of my shirts I sampled, I spelled protect wrong. I'll tell you guys that later. Let's see. Okay. I'm still trying to get used to YouTube's live stream thing that they can provide and all that. Wendigos. Yeah, it's one of those things that's just like I want to wait for Wendigos until I go up to those tribes and actually speak with them and maybe do some investigating, try to find a Wendigo if we can. So I'll save that video for when that actually happens. Ba, 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 ba. Do we have Deer Woman? We have deer spirits, but not specifically deer woman. That's more of a, yeah, like if you guys seen Reservation Dogs, Deer Lady and everything, it's more for those tribes over there. We do have deer spirits though. I'm pretty sure there's some deer stories out there. Ba, 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 ba. Have I done any paranormal investigating at all cemetery? I've done investigation at a cemetery before over in Kentucky, the Gates of Hell Cemetery. That one was pretty trippy because we went there to investigate, but there was actually some locals that showed up too, so we ended up investigating with them too. And so that one was crazy because what sucked was like we didn't have good cameras at the time, like night vision cameras. So, but what was crazy was we were all standing there in the cemetery and we all saw, well, I saw, like, I was just like, because we were kind of scared. We were just like, I don't know if we're allowed to be here or if it's cool to be here. Like, if, like, law enforcement wise, if we're trespassing or not. So, like, we were kind of like cautious and kind of always looking down the road and everything. And at the Gates of Hell Cemetery, it's like a cemetery in the middle of a forest. So, you're there and everything. So, there's only like one road that leads into it. It's kind of far to get in there too. So, it's one of those things that like I was standing there, we were all standing there. There's party of like 10 of us that were there probably. So we're looking and I see what looks like some headlights coming down the road and everything. And I was just like, oh, dear. And then I thought it was a car and everything. I was like, car coming and everything. So we all stop and we're just waiting. But then you see what looks like the beam of headlights. And in Kentucky, there's a lot of moisture, so it was foggy out there. So it made like a stream of light that kind of came looking out. But then like it just turned into a single ball of light. And then it went off the road and it went into the forest. And I was just like, that isn't a car. And like we tried looking with our night vision camera, but like its IR light only went like 10 feet. And that's like, it was like one of those cheap like Amazon like 4K cameras, but it was actually like 1080p. And so like the IR light, that was the only one that we had was attached to the camera. So like it only went 10 feet and so we couldn't see it. And then it was back then when like iPhones weren't that good. So like we tried like recording and all that stuff, but we couldn't see it. But everybody that was there saw it. And we were just like, did you guys see that? Oh my God. We're all kind of freaking out and everything. But yeah, that was a trippy investigation. Totally forgot what led to that, but yeah. Oh, investigations at cemeteries, yeah. It was a pretty gnarly investigation, that one. Can I do readings on people? If so, how much do you charge? I try, like, I'm not, like I said before in my other videos, I'm not a medicine man or anything like that. Like, I can sense things in people and all that stuff, but like, I try not to, like, I don't charge or do anything like that really. But like, I can get initial gists and feelings and like empathic stuff off people and all that stuff just by talking with them. So if you guys saw my Ghost Adventures episode and everything like that, you guys know that like I was talking with them, but I was actually reading out the crew and all that stuff. So yeah, you can tell they're actually cool dudes. Is it true natives conjure up dogmen to fight the Nephilim giants? Probably a different tribe does. I'm not too sure. Like I said, like when I first started this channel, you guys were the ones that actually introduced me to dogman. It's not really from my tribe or anything. So yeah, I got to do some more research on dogmen. Puppy guys. I'll call them puppy guys. What's your views on tarot cards, like the movie that came out? I haven't watched the movie yet. I saw some clips on TikTok. It looks pretty interesting. But yeah, tarot cards, they're tools. You just got to be careful. Sometimes tools can hurt you, so you just got to know how to use it in the right way. Can I talk about ant people that help the Dene in many details that you can tell about time living with them in the earth? Yeah. I gotta, as far as for traditional stories like that, I gotta really talk with my grandpa about it, but I have heard parts of it. So maybe in the future, I could could probably talk about that. Why is hair so spiritually significant? So with us, the reason why we have long hair is our hair is in a sense our spirit. Our hair holds our memories, holds our emotions, and everything that goes with it too. And that's how we can, in a sense, communicate with the spirit world too, in itself too. So whenever somebody in the native traditions passes away, you traditionally you cut your hair. That's like one of the only times you really cut your hair and everything. When you mourn them and everything to kind of start your whole life again and all that stuff after their death. So yeah, spiritualness in the hair, deadly in that way. Da, 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 da. Bum, 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 bum. Do I know Mr. Wally from Navajo Teachings? I don't know him personally, but he's a good elder. Gives some good teachings out there. Yeah. Always gives those good teachings. Ba, 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 ba. So, how long have we been going? Let me see. Oh, shoot. We've already been going an hour. Okay. So, everybody, are you ready to hear my theories about religions and stuff? I was thinking about making an episode on this, but I was just like, nah, we'll see. So I see like a lot of different controversies and everything too when it comes to like religion or, even in my comments too, I see that a lot, like a lot of people from Christianity and Catholics and all those kind of people. I get a lot of comments on there that were saying that like, Jesus is the only way, or what you're saying is will take you to hell and you're going to go to all this other stuff and everything. It's just like, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of good Christians. I know a lot of good Catholics and everything. Some of my greatest friends are that. And, they're not like that. So when people, it's crazy because when you think about history and everything, when it comes to stuff like that, there were literal wars that happened because of what somebody was taught as far as for their religion and everything. And so people will have wars saying that like, oh, my God's better than yours, or your God's nothing like this, or anything like that. So in my eyes, what I was taught about the spiritual world and everything too, from the spirits themselves, is there is one creator. There's one person, or the one deity is not really a person. There's a deity that made literally everything that is and everything that is in our sector, I guess. What I mean by our sector is our little spot in space. So when it comes to that, there's only one creator that made that. So he made helpers and helper spirits that were also little creators that made all these little beings, that made all these little things too. So when he was creating these worlds, and in Diné culture and history, this isn't the first world that our beings have been made on. So this is the fourth world that we're on. There were 3 other worlds before this that kind of were, I guess you can say, some of the first test trials or first worlds that the creator made. So, so in those worlds, there were all something that was in there. And so during the creation of this world, they say that everybody and everyone in the world all came at different times, different ways. They all made their way to this world from the previous worlds. So us Diné people, we crawled up we came from the mud and everything inside of the soil and everything. That's how we came into this world. And what I've met from other people, you talk to Lakota people or anything like that, they come from the stars. They came from the stars onto this earth, and other different tribes have different, I guess you can say, ways on how they came to this world. So now when it comes to religion and everything like that, when you think about different races, when you think about different people that come on this world, you really have to think like, okay, what was the reason why a certain deity came to you specifically and told you these teachings? And is it okay for you to force these teachings onto other people when they weren't told that themselves? You get what I'm saying? So this right here is one of those things to where this goes back to an old story that I was told about one of the times some warriors were going out and they were hunting. And one night they were hunting and they got some good deer and they were celebrating. They had to spend the night. They had a campfire going. They were all sitting around telling warrior jokes and hunting jokes and all the other stuff. And in that story, out came a man from the darkness. And this man looked different from everybody. This man was dressed in all white robes. He had curly hair, he had dark hair, dark skin complexion, but he didn't look native. So all the warriors kind of looked at him and everything. So they're just like, "Who are you?" And he's just like, "I'm just a passerby, just wanting to see how you guys are doing." So then he says, I come from another land. I come from overseas." He's just like, "Oh, okay. Well, the warriors, they had a Hatafi with them, that medicine man with them. And so they sensed out that the energies on this person was a good person. So they said, come join us. Would you like some food?" And they offered him some food and everything. And then they sat down and then he was just like, "Tell me about your people." And then so it just started telling stories and everything. And this was way, way before, like all these outsiders came from overseas. This was back when it was just native land and everything. And so, and this person was talking, and he was dressed in all white robes and everything. And the natives never seen white robes like that. They've only seen like buckskin and everything, but it was like cloth and everything too, and they never seen that. So they were he was talking and telling the story and everything. And then so he's just like, "Okay, well, I see you guys are doing good, so I'll be on my way then." So then he leaves. And then one of the warriors asks, he's like, "Well, hey, what's your name? What do they call you from where you're from?" And they said his name was Jesus. And then he left after that. So this was years and years and years before, people from overseas actually came onto native land and everything. So with that, with the creator and everything, when it comes to all this other stuff too, it's one of those things that, like, for me, how I've been thinking and prophesizing this, not prophesizing, but like theories on this, is the creator sends spiritual deities to certain races and religions, or certain races at certain times in their lives, to help guide them out of certain things that they're going through in their lifetime. See, like with us and everything, as far as for native people and our teachings and all that, we look at spirits. We connect with spiritual beings, deities, with everything. So with the night sky, day, wind, clouds, rain, summer, winter, all the seasons, all the animals, everything. We literally try to be one with everything. So with this, we were always, maybe we had wars here and there and all that stuff, but we weren't typically we weren't as bad as like people from overseas who were like, doing the crusades and all these other different things too. But the creator introduces people to certain races at certain times to be able to teach them these different things. Reason why I say this is because for us Diné people, when we came onto this world, we were, each clan, as far as for Navajo people, were given specific tasks to do certain things. So when we were given certain tasks to do certain things, our clan was in charge of protecting and doing those certain things. Some clans were given certain ceremonies. Some clans were given certain lands to look over, and all these other different things that comes with that. So right there, so when it comes to that, some people on over in the Middle East and everything, they kind of had to be told, like how to live life in harmony, how to, do all these different things. They had to give their teachings and all that stuff. And so when it comes to, like other religions and everything, creator had to come down in certain forms or anything like that, or assign a god to be able to go to these people to be able to give them the teachings they need, specifically for what they need to do as far as their roles as their race, to be able to partake and take care of the land, take care of the people, and develop as themselves. So that right there is like in those stories when they say like, when they say that Jesus came over to the native lands and people, he didn't really have to teach us really much of anything, really, because we were already doing good. So he came, said, "Hey, how you guys doing?" And just gave us our blessings, and he left. I do I believe in Jesus? Yeah, I do. Do I believe in other gods and deities? Yeah, because they have for their people, just like how our clans were given certain specific tasks on how to live, so were they. Different people from different lands have different gods and religions and walks of faith and walks of life. And now that's where, for me, that's why, like, when I was growing up and went to church and everything too, it didn't really work out for me because the puzzle pieces didn't match. The things that they were teaching us did not match what the lifestyle we were living. As far as for the stuff that they were telling us, we were already doing, and all these other different things, it didn't sync up with us. So that's where, like, having those teachings of different races where you come from, Egyptian races, Hindu races, and all these other different things that kind of come out, when it kind of always irks me a little bit when people try to force their religion on people, because it's just like, yeah, everyone has a choice to follow whatever religion they want to, but don't force it on people and say like, this is the only way, kind of thing. It's just like, you have to understand that there's other things out there. I've experienced these other beings. I've experienced these other deities in person. It's just like every single spirit you talk to is not a devil. Every single spirit you speak to is not a demon. It's just like there's a lot of different things that go into just life itself. So those are just my theories and everything. That's one thing I was really thinking about. So yeah, that way. Sorry, I missed all your guys' comments. Do we believe in evolution? Yeah. It's pretty crazy too, because like one of those things is like, it's always like, for me, it's not worth it to start a war over religion or really anything really. It's just as long as the humans themselves are happy, they're doing good, and they're doing their own thing pretty much. So it's just like, it's one of those things for us indigenous people. We're just like, just take care of the land, take care of it for future generations. We're just guests on this earth, and we'll go on to the next. So just make sure everything is good. Can I chat about Monster Slayer, the story of the twins? Yeah. That'll probably be if the Monsters and Beasts video comes up. Those guys are definitely going to be in there. Twin Warriors, yeah. Always. I can go on and on about that. So it's pretty wild, because like there's so much I really do know about like the origins of, one of those things of like the creation of this world and all that stuff. And that's one thing is like, it's very, very interesting to be able to, when you know it from that perspective and everything, as far as for going back to literally the creation of everything, it's pretty wild when you think about it. That's one of those things. It's just like, maybe I'll save that for like in-person conversations if I ever have those events or anything. Will you return investigations on UTS? Hell no. Yeah, I left UTS for a reason, and I'm doing so much better and happier over here. So yeah, maybe I'll do my own investigations in the future. They were brothers. They're both born from the sun and then changing woman. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do natives have plant compounds or medicines reserved for certain people or initiations? Yeah, we have herb gardens and everything too. Use those for certain ceremonies and everything too. Ba, 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 ba. Oh yeah, no, but not just the giants, but all monsters themselves. So they asked their dad to get some weapons and everything. I miss dearly at UTS in my production style. Yeah, I was the one that edited and did all the videos. Like I said before, like I founded UTS and everything, but some discrepancies happened with my brother and I, and family drama and all that stuff. So yeah, I made my own. So doing good over here. So we'll see future investigations go on that. What's your thoughts on reincarnation? Possibility, but it's like one of those things to where like I can't say for sure it's not, or really I can't confirm it is or isn't real, because that's one of those things. It's just like there's a limit of how much we can know, and as far as for what happens after you go on your journey, we're not allowed to know that until you actually do pass away. So that's where the line is actually drawn for us, and we can't know anything from that on. Have you ever had the opportunity to speak, share stories with indigenous people from different parts of the world? Uh, Different tribal members, yeah. I've speaking to different tribal members, just comparing and contrasting their beliefs and everything too. And I think that's where growing up with being around different tribes and everything, that's where I kind of got the idea of respecting other people's culture was one of the big things. It was because speaking with other different tribes, they have different taboos and everything. And it's just like you can't hate on somebody for like having a different, belief system, because that's just how they're brought up. That's just how they're, in a sense, their genetic code actually is. So like how the creator actually made their people and everything, certain types of poisons will not affect them, but they'll affect other people. So that's one of those things that, they're built up for certain different reasons. Will there be any more Skinwalker videos? Possibly. I might just do like follow-up questionnaires and everything like that. Like I have more stories and everything, but those are the ones I can't really go into because they get kind of gory and everything. But maybe, I don't know, I'll just maybe go spend a couple weeks out in the res and I'll get another story. Thoughts on mythical beings or creatures? They're real. A lot of them. Do you think of our indigenous people traveling over the land bridge and our relation to other indigenous people on the other side of the world? I'm sure some did, but there's evidence that they've recently found in the Grand Canyon that debunks that whole theory that there were people here even before that. So yeah, native tribes and native people have always been here. What up, everybody? How do you deal with a jealous friend or family member that don't want to see you succeed? I had a bad experience. So don't have them around, pretty much. Like, if that's one of my biggest advices I give, is surround yourself with people that want to see you grow, people that want to see you succeed. And that's one of those things. Is I have a small circle, when it comes to people that are actually like close and around me. So I do my best to make sure I succeed so my family itself can be comfortable. That's one of the main reasons why I started doing this, was so I can leave my job and make stories, make movies in the future and everything. So I can help provide financially for my mother, my father, and everything. So they're getting older, and I want to make sure that they don't have to worry about really anything financially. They don't have to work anymore. They can just relax and enjoy life. And so, as well as not only for myself, but my future generation, set up maybe a production company like how I'm thinking about doing now, and having them take over that, or using the funds from that to help start up whatever they want to do. It's all about building generational wealth, but having good teachings along the way too. So if you have jealous people that are around you, kick them out. Get out of here. Go on. Don't need that negativity around here. What up, Steamboat? Dun, 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 dun. How do I feel about pagans and witches? They do their own thing. It was made for a reason. Made for those people. Just don't witch me. Have you ever heard of sacred mountain tobacco? Yeah, I have some. It grows up where I am originally from in Black Mesa. So yeah, I have some of that over there. But I only use that strictly for ceremony. I don't use that for recreation. So earlier in my video, talked about how to cleanse with sage, and you know, about cleaning sage. You can just rinse it. You can boil it too if you want to. Yeah, and then you can just burn it, and it'll cleanse out the areas. So, cleanse out the natural energies, but it won't get rid of spirits. So just put them to sleep. Can skinwalkers travel to the northeast? If they can get there before the sun rises. Did the founding fathers give high spiritual areas to indigenous humans because they couldn't dominate the energy? Honestly, I don't think so. I think they gave us reservations because they look desolate and no one would want to live there but natives. So, but then comes to find out it's naturally rich resources. Navajo Nation has a lot of uranium and coal, but I don't think they knew that back then. But yeah, has a lot of stuff. But a lot of times there's some tribes that had reservations on their local land they lived on. But other tribes were relocated. That's where you see like a bunch of different tribes in Oklahoma. There's a bunch of different tribes that were like relocated in Trail of Tears and all that other stuff that were moved over there. But hey, they're doing, I think they're doing good now. They got per cap maybe. I don't know. Maybe some tribes do, sometimes some tribes don't. Am I an alcoholic? No, I don't drink. What do I think of the deep blue ocean? I'm scared of it. I'm scared of the ocean. I grew up like around the desert and land and everything, so like I'm not used to water. I can swim maybe, but like not really good like Michael Phelps. But yeah, if I don't see the bottom, it freaks me out, because if there's creepy spirits on land, there's definitely creepy spirits in the ocean, and I don't want to deal with them. Yes, cedar is just as effective as sage. Did you have crazy experiences when helping people traditionally? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I can tell that though, but yeah. Maybe if I do a video on death spirits, maybe. There's a pretty gnarly story with that. We did a ceremony over there. Is there such a thing as native exorcism? Yeah. That's what my brother specialized in. What herbs can get rid of spirits and not just put them to sleep? Cedar, sweetgrass, Palo Santo maybe. But Palo Santo's mainly used like kind of like sage. But good holy herbs like that are burned normally can get rid of spirits. It's like a pepper spray for them, but a little bit worse. Have I heard about Nahuales from New Mexico? Ancient stories, killing with skinwalkers. Similar, not the same, but yes, I have heard a lot of people talking about them in the other stories and everything when I made that skinwalker video. Dun, 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 dun.
Do I have little people stories? Yeah, I have a couple. I'll probably save that for a video though. Was Phoenix considered sacred before turning into a city? Yeah, there's a lot of there's like the Pima tribes, Salt River Pima. There's other different tribes that were here. So yeah, it was. It was. Still is to this day. You know, you go to like South Mountain or you go to certain like Camelback and everything. I hiked Camelback a couple years back and I gave offering up there and all that. That's when I saw a Gila monster for the first time just chilling under a rock as I was climbing up on the path. It scared the hell out of me. It's one of those things like you see the Gila monster underneath a rock. It's just like I see like a dark black tail just go just like into the rock and I thought it was a snake. And like I put my hand over the sun and like I saw my eyes adjusted in the shadow and you see it right there. And I was just like, oh, and it was like right along the path right there too as you're kind of climbing down from the top. So like I kind of had to step over it a little bit and I was just like, good Gila monster, come here. I'm sorry, I'm on your home. I grabbed some tobacco from my pouch and everything and I put it right there. I was like, please don't bite me. Please leave me alone and everything. And then I just like stepped over him real slowly. I was like, damn, that would suck if you know, get bit all the way up there in Camelback. But yeah. Why are you not permitted to speak on certain stories or topics? Will there be a day or a way to share some more withheld information and stories? Yeah. Still like few, but there's a lot of bad people out here, man. And if they learn that knowledge or those stories and everything, yeah, a lot of bad things could happen. So it's just like, it's one of those things. It's just like, you have to earn the right to be able to learn these stories. Even me too, during my trainings and everything, I wasn't told everything when I was a baby. You know, it's just like when you're mentally mature enough, when you're ready to actually understand these things, to be able to comprehend the stories that come with these teachings and everything, that's when you're ready. If you can't even, you try, like I tried telling my younger siblings some of these stories and they're just like, it's just like, yeah, then you're not ready. You don't understand. So yeah, a lot of people aren't just ready for this because it's just like takes years to be able to get ready for some of the information and stories that are out there. Have I ever seen a Thunderbird? I haven't seen one, but I heard one during an investigation over in Vulture City. Are there legends of lost underground cities among your people? Yeah, I've heard some stories. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say that much for it. Have I ever dealt with a Wendigo? No. I haven't traveled to those lines yet, but I'm pretty sure if I do, I might see something. What do I think about the Phoenix Lights and other UFOs? So Phoenix Lights, yes. Spirits, yes. Aliens equal spirits, yes. Just in a different form. Can an outsider learn these stories and helpful teachings? Yes. Good example is Paya. He's not native at all. But, you know, with a lot of respect and growing up with us and everything, he was kind of tossed into the deep end and we kind of had to explain a lot of things to him. But he was our best friend and brother growing up. Brother from another mother. And so, but yeah, he was one of the non-natives that we taught. And, you know, that's why I said, there's people out there who are ready to listen and learn. What's up? What's up? Hey, what's up, New Zealand? Help with alcoholism, sir, please. It's an addiction. I have an addiction. I smoke. And I'm trying my best to cut back. And I don't think I'm certified enough to be able to help with people with addictions. The best thing I can say is good luck. Try to find professionals who can help with this. And yeah, it's alcoholism is very, very bad, especially on our tribes and everything. That was one of those things that like, it was one of those things that were introduced to Native people, and Native people get it's easy for us to get addicted to things. So, and then once we get addicted to them, we can consume a lot of it. So that's why, like, you know, there's that stereotype of Native people that like are, you know, they drink a lot or all these other different things and all that stuff. But it's because of trauma, honestly, from the past and everything. And it's not even that far away. long ago that all these things happened to Native people. Like you think about residential schools, you think of it like 100 years ago. So it's like, no, that ended. Even in Canada, residential schools ended in the early 90s or late 90s, or I believe. So literally, our parents, our grandparents went to residential schools where, people from the church and all these other things cut our hair. They beat us if we spoke our language and did a lot of molestations to young people and adults, children, everything. So they had to grow up with that, growing up with being stolen from their homes and their families. And you get tossed back to the reservation. They're like, okay, now survive. And it's just like, trying to reconnect with their peoples and all that other stuff. And then that's when alcohol was introduced to people. Even before that, they would get a lot of these chiefs and these elders drunk, and they would have them sign the treaties a long time ago. And they didn't know what the paper said. They didn't know how to read English. But they made them sign the treaties. That's one of those things. It's like chemical warfare back in the day. They would get the warriors drunk and they go in and massacre everybody. So, yeah, alcoholism is bad. So I recommend seeking traditional help. Respectfully, what do your earrings represent? Thank you so much for the donation. These red hands are for the missing murdered indigenous women movement that's out there. So that right there is Native women and indigenous women all over the United States, Canada, Mexico, all over the world. Indigenous people have one of the highest rates of being abducted, stolen, or murdered. And there's a lot of unsolved cases, unsolved mysteries of people, indigenous women, going, not just really indigenous women too, but indigenous people in general. A lot of missing murder cases that are out there in the world. And it's just gone unnoticed by the U.S. government for so long. And I remember Deb Haaland coming into when she became a congresswoman, and she started a lot of the initiatives for actually assigning a task force to helping a lot of these missing murdered indigenous women. So when it goes in human trafficking and all that other stuff, because reservations don't have a lot of cops. They don't have a lot of law enforcement and everything. So it's easy for a lot of our indigenous people to be stolen or taken away or killed or murdered. So bringing awareness, bringing all that in there. So just to kind of help promote that, yeah. Thank you for the donation. Choctaw, my daughter-in-law is Tlingit. Why did her family have to adopt my son into her tribe? Could be a lot of reasons. Want to connect in, get that tribal card, get discount at the local store if they need to. But could be a lot of reasons. Want to reconnect. Want to be connected with the people. Do you know of any Seminole entities? No, I haven't been over there. So I'm like a dude that hasn't traveled much. So a lot of this funding and the donations that are being put on here, all that goes into a lot of the travels and everything I go on. So the Gathering of Nations, to be able to get the stories, who made this, uncle-in-law who made this ring for me too, to be able to travel to all these other different tribes and everything. Yeah. So all that goes to that. So thank you so much. Do I believe in Bigfoot and are they real? Yeah, I made a Bigfoot video, so go check that out. What do I know about the Hopi? They're cool. And their homes are really small. So I grew, like I mentioned before earlier in the stream, I grew up with one of my best friends. He was Hopi, and Navajos and Hopis don't get along because there's a lot of land disputes and everything. So in our tribes and all that, but him and I were young, didn't understand that, and we just were cool with each other. And he took me up to First Mesa over in Palaka, and or Kitsmosfo V2, and so they welcomed me in. And it's funny because I'm 6'5", and Hopis and Navajo aren't really that tall. It's kind of rare that I'm really tall. So, when I went in their homes, I would have to kind of like bend down at the front doorway. If they have lights hanging down, I kind of have to like move around there and that. Very respectful, very beautiful people. Love their dances and everything. And yeah. So prayers to the Hopi people. Thank you so much for the corn. Hopi cookies. It's another thing too. If you guys haven't had Hopi cookies, if you go to a flea market and there's some Hopis selling Hopi cookies, have some. Best things you'll ever have. What songs can I play on my guitar? Not much. I'm just barely learning scales and chords, and yeah, it's kind of hard to find time to actually play. But learning, I'm excited. It's my uncle's guitar. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I did a live like a long time ago in Holbrook, and he gave that to me. So yeah, he's a badass guitarist. So I'll probably make a video about him and how music has helped him in his life, in his indigenous life. Do bad people get karma from doing bad things traditionally? Let's say if someone gets a ceremony done to get rid of the evil bad spirits, how does it go? So typically when you a traditional medicine man, when you do ceremony, you never really pray against anybody. If you're a good medicine man, you don't pray against people. That's one of those things, is because evil entities and people can, when you try to find out who the person that did the witching and all that, could put on a false face of somebody who's innocent. So if you pray against them, it doesn't go against the person who witched you. It goes against an innocent person. So all you say in your prayer is send this energy back to whoever sent it. You and essentially put a mirror effect on you. Shoots it right back at the person. So karma, yeah, karma always comes back against evil people. What I've learned. Hey, what's up? Sakamusa. See ya. Tell him. Hopi cookies. Been to some basket dances. It was funny because he took me to a basket dance up there and everything. And so he used my height and my tallness too. And everybody around me was all getting mad because I at the time I played basketball too. So I had hops and everything. So I was like, oh, good, just grabbing things up in the air when they're throwing it around. I would put it in the basket and everything, and I give it to my homie. He's like, here, give me the basket. And he'd run back to his place, put it there, and he'd come back, and we just kind of do that. Yeah, had a lot of good time, though. Oh, well, thank you for the donation. Me like it. What do you think is past this universe? Other creators, other people that made us and who we are, they're working and doing their thing. See, one thing that I was taught is our creator is not the only creator out there in the cosmos. Think about that. Dun, 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 dun. I want to know more about your cuisine. I want to eat some native food. I always have. For Navajos, mutton sandwich. Mutton sandwich. Sheep is one of our delicacies that we eat all the time. Fry bread too. We like to have that. Corn, squash. It's one of those things that we really like too. Other tribes will Lakota people will have choke cherry stew, ujompi, and yeah. But Navajos is, if you're like in a town, I know Denver has like a native cuisine place over there. I forget what it's called, but there's a place in Denver. I know there's a couple here in Phoenix, and yeah, pretty much if you look at like a fry bread thing, like normally like a store will come up. Do I think they're good witches? And other religions, faiths, yeah. The term witches for us in our tribe typically means something bad, but I do know like in other faiths and religion, there's good witches and everything. So I like it. I don't like English because words are very generic and kind of very broad. Skinwalkers are now going outside of that Four Sacred Mountains area. Yeah, they're getting with some Utes, they're getting with some Apaches, they're getting with some people that can take them outside of the tribe. Yeah, so yeah, they can go outside the Four Sacred Mountains, but they're not as powerful, and they don't have a lot of the protections they do have in the Four Sacred Mountains. So that's why I say they don't go outside the Four Sacred Mountains, because the mountains itself kind of give them a little bit more protection. They know the land and everything. So when they go outside of it, they become more susceptible to other spirits hunting them and killing them too. So it's dangerous for them to go. That's why you don't see many of them go out. How was your first peyote experience? God, I was a baby. Went to peyote meetings a lot growing up and everything, and had one recently a couple of years back. But yeah, it's a good time, good experience, and just being in prayer and just being one with everybody and just having a conversation with spirits. Everybody say a prayer for Gordon Wilkins, please. Yes, offer a prayer for Gordon Wilkins, everybody. Hope and pray everything goes good for him in that way. Have I ever worked with witches? I've investigated with a witch, Patty Negri. Yeah, and some of her people too. They're cool. Did I have to sign an NDA when you met Ghost Adventures? Wait, are you allowed to say you signed an NDA? Yeah, I did. But it's like it's one of those things. It's just like don't spoil the episode before it comes out. That's just one of those things. It's just like okay, don't like if I made this episode before it actually came out, I would have gotten in trouble. But episode came out, so I'm good. You know, it's one of those things. You don't want to spoil the movie before it comes out. Yeah. Does my arrowhead have unlimited power? Unlimited power. Not unlimited, but it's pretty powerful. Pretty good. Give it a depends on how you use it. Be 10 out of 10. How do you protect How do you protect yourself from trickster spirits? Just don't get tricked. Out with them. Hey, see, we have a witch here. She's good. That's what I'm saying. There's good ones out there. Ba, 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 ba. Oh no. From 1980 to 2017, Skinwalker was working as a bus driver. He was doing Holbrook to Indian Wells route. Oh no. Those poor kids. Probably just witching him. There's a little kids getting off the bus and he puts a bone on them or something. Oh no. Some of the stuff you speak on, like Soul Eaters and stuff, reminds me of the anime Bleach. A lot of anime shows drop gems about the spiritual world, and not just animes, but movies in general too. Maybe not the whole movie will be like accurate spiritually, but there's bits and pieces of it. And I have a theory too when it comes to making movies and everything. These guys that get their inspiration creation from, there's spirits that are actually with them when they're writing the movie or doing these things that drop ideas into their mind to be able to tell people a little bit of the truth about the spiritual world. Dun, 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 dun. Why do you carry a katana? Someone said that it's not traditional and fake. Well, my katana's real. Like I said, I mentioned this before, like in the how you defend yourself video. There were some people that came that traded with some tribes over in California. So they traded some weapons like that. So the crescent moon blades. So when we went on our trainings and everything to be able to go against darkness and evil, it wasn't just Navajos. It was intertribal. There's a bunch of tribes that were teaching how to go against spirits because you had to learn. You're going to be able to meet different spirits from different tribes, so you have to learn the ceremonies and the songs from those different tribes. So, we were given a choice to be able to choose what weapons we want to use, and katana was one of them. So, yeah, katanas are cool, and yeah, I like them more so than a tomahawk. Are skinwalkers immortal? And I don't know. I've never met one that was super, super old. Maybe like 120. Maybe was the oldest, but not immortal. That's when like they pass away in their human state. That's when they go into the spiritual state of skinwalking and all that. That's where you run into most of them is they're in their spiritual form. Very rarely do you see actual physical skinwalkers anymore. But yeah, a lot of people just don't want to do it no more. Have I ever seen Red Hogan, Navajo Skinwalker movie? No, I haven't. It's one of those things that's just like it only showed in theaters, and I was down here in Phoenix, and I never got to see any of them. It was like mainly shown in like New Mexico or Gallup or something like that, and it never was put on streaming, so I haven't seen it yet. Will you make a video about certain kind of signs, like coyote crossing your path or stuff like that? Yeah, I could do that. Oh, welcome, welcome. Bu- 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 bu. Ba- 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 ba. When am I going to release more videos? I actually put one out today. Go check it out. Is there any language I would be interested in learning? My own. I know enough to get by, but I'm not fluent, and I would love to be fluent in the Navajo language. That's one of those things. Is really awesome. Have I ever been to Alabama to do any investigations? No, I don't work with Hero no more. Yeah, skinwalkers can die. There's people on the res who've actually killed them too. So, right there, we're not the only ones that have done it. Is our world still known as Turtle Island? So, okay, you guys want to know why we call it Turtle Island? I'll show you guys a picture. I love my new keyboard. It's like I got a creamy keyboard and I love it. Okay. So let me see. I'm trying to find a good picture of it. I know I saw a good one on Facebook not too long ago. But in a sense, so if you can imagine. Okay, here's a good one. Let me save this photo real quick. Okay, put this over here and zoom in. So this right here is Turtle Island. Can you guys see that? Turtle Island is essentially North America. So Turtle Island, long time ago, that's how the spirits used to address the area and the land and everything. So this was before satellites. This was before really anything actually happened. But people a long time ago, they used to refer to this whole area as Turtle Island, as far as for our indigenous people and everything. So, you know, you look at this photo and everything, it's, you know, the indigenous people from a long time ago, they saw the spiritual beings told us, like, you live on Turtle Island. This is where you live. So it goes all the way to Alaska, all the way down to Mexico. So, yeah, it's Turtle Island, everybody. So I'm not too sure if anyone sees it. Yeah, no. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's showing. Cool. There's just a lag on my end as far as for all that. But yeah, Turtle Island, everybody. Okay. Does your katana cut through evil and bad spirits? If so, could my arrowhead around my neck do the same? Yes. With the right herbs and prayers, it can. Oh. Do, 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 do. What's my views on Ouija boards? I've never used them. I don't think I ever will, but they have a purpose, just like tarot cards. Use them right, nothing will happen. Use them bad, something will probably happen. I heard that ash on bullets will kill anything. Yes, they will. Well, they're big enough. I don't think it'll work. You need a lot of bullets. Gonna need a bazooka. Were my grandparents medicinal people? Yes, my grandpa is a medicinal person. My great grandfather on my mother's side, or my grandmother's side, her grandfather, great grandfather was Hastin Tonjone, and he was a very renowned medicinal man in Black Mesa. So yeah, come from a long line of medicinal people. Whoop. Looks like the chat updated again. If you ever experienced something amazing from the spiritual world, who would you talk about? I don't think I can speak about the most amazing things I've seen, but it's a lot of those things to where it's just like, it's best to just wait and let people experience it when they die themselves. Don't ruin the surprise. So, yeah. A lot of beautiful things in the spiritual world. There are any stories about the fox or wolf spirit binding to a human? Not really binding to well, at least for my tribe, not really binding to humans, but we have fox and wolf stories. Are you going to Gathering Nations next year? Yes. I also want to not just go to just Gathering Nations. I want to go to Oklahoma. I heard they got some good powwows up there in Canada too. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Holbrook, Arizona, old courthouse. Were used both times. Bad spirits came through. Is the old courthouse the one that's a museum now over in Holbrook? We've tried asking to see if we can do an investigation there, and she was just like, no. Or the person that owns it was like very, very against like ghosts and things. Yeah. How fast can a Skinwalker run? Pretty fast. I gotta get a running start though. Excuse me. Sorry, everyone. Will I say any prayers for us? Yes. I say prayers for you guys every day. Every time I go out and pray, I always say thank you guys so much for everything and hope everything goes good. Many blessings to everyone. That's why I always comment on everything. Many blessings to everybody. So I hope everyone's doing good in that way. Ran out of tobacco, so I can't do a prayer right now. But when I have tobacco again, I'll offer a prayer for all of you. Okay. Have you ever used a dog to hunt skinwalkers? Nah. Their dog whistles make them useless. How is Hero doing? I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him once. Sure, he's doing fine. What do I think about psychedelics? Useful in the good ways, ceremonial ways, but never for recreational. It's possible to learn how to shapeshift without doing evil things. Yeah. Just going to take a lot longer, though. Don't be late for work. Welcome to the channel. Glad you can enjoy. Yeah, I'll probably end this in about 10 minutes, maybe. But yeah, I can smell dinner cooking. It smells really good. Do you think witchcraft is slowly being lost, which is good, but what's your thoughts? Not just witchcraft, but traditional teachings in general. Those are being lost as well. Just A lot of people not interested in it, being caught up in their Western lives and everything. So, evil ways being lost, that's good. But good ways are also being lost at the same time. Thoughts on sweat lodges? They're good. Feel real good. Need to go to another one here soon. I go to, my family has some, and then have some up in Lakota country too. Thoughts on cremation? Traditionally, cremation for our tribe is not good. But, people have their own thoughts on it. Yeah. Oh no, the Holbrook Courthouse Museum did try to promote the haunted part, but ended badly, and they did haunted tours, and one of the tour guides got scratched pretty badly, so they quit it. That's why you got to sign a liability form. I used to be the tour guide over in Vulture City, and that was pretty wild. But yeah. Zach from Ghost Adventures really can't be around tobacco smoke? Nah. So you guys ever see like him in the newer episodes where he has to wear a respirator and everything? His lungs got pretty bad. I think from like going to old buildings and all that stuff. So the tobacco smoke and everything really kind of affects his lungs. So yeah, I had to go take my smoke away from him. So I had to smoke with Aaron. Have I ever seen someone's shapeshift? Yeah, it's gnarly. Bum, 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 bum. How do I shoot fireballs from my hands? You say yoga flame, and it'll come out. Just got to practice that hard enough. Or you got to do the Kamehameha really hard. How can you stop a soul eater? You get your sword, typically around the bottom of the jaw where the neck connects to the head. Always a weak spot right there. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, like, unless you're a spiritual warrior, not really much you can do. But spiritual warriors know how to get rid of them. You can use those herbs, get rid of them, smell them away, or the sweetgrass, cedar. Normally those drive them away. Ash weapons, those don't normally get them away, but they're really strong and fast. So, yeah, I don't recommend anybody trying to fight a soul eater. Have I ever astral projected? Yes. That's all I'll say about that. Bum, 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 bum. Totally off subject, but as a Native American, have you seen Star Wars in the Navajo language? Yeah, it's funny. One of my grandmas was actually one of the people who voiced, I forget which character she was, but she helped write the script for it because a lot of the stuff in Star Wars had to be in the Navajo language described. Like lightsaber was a lightning stick or something like that. It was described very differently. But Darth Vader, his voice was hilarious. I loved it. Do you think a spirit can remain in their ashes? Maybe, but their energies for sure can stay with it. Would I ever do a Skinwalker video with a YouTube channel, Twin Paranormal? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know about doing those things because it's just like I have to really trust somebody to be able to go out there and do stuff. After that one collab we did, it's just like, nah. It's just not worth it. Very, very immature people. So if I get to know Twin Paranormal, maybe. Ba, 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 ba. Once an individual crosses the line and becomes a skinwalker or dark force, can they be saved and reverse spiritual damage? Yeah. You just gotta fight off. You just gotta fight off and whoever you sign a deal with. You ever tie drum and jam? Yeah. I got a lot of family members who are roadmen. Yeah, in that way. Jam out all night till the morning star. Is the show Dark Winds accurate? To an extent. Well, when I give the actors some credit. They tried their best to be able to speak the language and everything, but they did their best, and I can't fault them for that. Lou Diamond Phillips isn't Navajo, but he did a good Navajo code talker. I'll give him that. Okay, all right, everybody. Got 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna update you guys on some things that's actually happening. So, some merch. So I mentioned in my video that I did some stickers and everything that's kind of come up. Let's see. Can you focus on this? Can you focus on this? Yeah. So there's that sticker, and I think I gotta cover my eye. Focus on this. Yeah, cool sticker. I got some more stickers coming on the way. Also got this coffee mug. Actually used it this morning. It says, "Protect the sacred for future generations," with my symbol on there. So this is going to come in like different sizes. This is the biggest you can get, 20 ounces. My Keurig only goes at 12. So, but I love it because I love coffee too. And what also came in today after I made the video were some t-shirts. Excuse me. So this right here, one of the t-shirts right here. I can't see. Right here. Cool symbol right there. That's one of the t-shirt designs. Although, this is, okay, so if you guys don't know, when I'm really, I was working on these really late at night. And this is why I got samples, because I sometimes misspell things. So this one's going to be a funny one that my sister really wants. Instead of saying protect the sacred, it says protect the sacred. I put the R in the other place. So I started laughing and I felt the shame from my sister for that one and everything. So I got to say, yeah, I fixed it. So now whenever the website goes live, it'll be on there. But here's this one too. So I also have 3 more shirts on the way, and backpacks, stickers, hoodies, all these other things are still on the way too. So I want to be able to make sure everything is good, and as far as for the quality and everything. And once everything's good, I'll be airing the merch site. So I don't have much experience making a website or anything, so I'm still working on that part. But the merch itself and everything is on the way. So I'm just should be in here like in a day or two. So hopefully maybe next week or the week after, I'll be able to make sure the merch is live. So I'm excited for that. So hell yeah. So there's going to be a lot more amazing things coming this way. Next video I'm going to be dropping is going to be a video from the music video from Clay and Fire. Now I have 2 minutes left. Would you guys like a sneak peek at that music video? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I live in an apartment complex, so there's people outside. Okay, I can't wait, so I shall show you guys the image. There's a delay on my end, so sorry. Let me see. Okay. Let me go full screen. Okay. So I'm excited for this one because this is my first music video I ever did. And it came out really good. So this is a rock band. My homies from high school. So, wrong one. I adjusted the wrong screen. Okay. I'll make myself super tiny. Super tiny. Okay, here we go. That's all you get. But yeah. So that's going to be coming out Sunday. So 2 more days. Just wait 2 more days. I got to do a little bit final touches on this one, but it'll be all good to go. The band is called Clay and Fire. So these guys are my bros I grew up with and going to high school and everything. So yeah, you guys all rock out, have fun, and enjoy because yeah, my first music video I made and put my heart into it, and more to come in the future. So yeah. So these guys rock out. These guys make some really great fucking music. Freaking music. But yeah. So you guys all take care. Many blessings to you all. Many prayers to you all. And you guys all have a fantastic night. So you guys all stay safe. Have a good weekend. And yes, it was in Painted Desert. So you guys have a good weekend. Y'all stay safe. And I'll go night. See you everyone. Good night.